selling something less than our price on their website, so we would match the price. We'll promise that it will be a lesser on our website and not their own website. And the investment is the lowest across. If you talk about any apparel or any business, the investment goes to very low. Also, talking about the figures, if you talk about a 1,000 square feet store, the investment for creating a store goes to somewhere close to 8 to 10 lakh rupees. Ideally, we're looking for entrepreneurs. I would not want to use the word investor here. I understand investment is a part of an entrepreneur also. We would not want only an investor to put money into our business. We would like to people who would stand with us, run the business with us. They should be goal oriented, tech savvy individuals or people who've already worked in the customer service industry. It's more likely to be paired with them. So as my point number 3 says, ready to invest time and energy to run a successful business. Once the business is open, generally a customer comes. Where would the customer come from, or how would it come? So we've got a very strong lead channel that calls GMB. That's called Google My Business. So I'll just take a small example. We recently opened in Agra. So across all the pin codes within the range of 100 kilometers in Agra, if they just go to their mobile phone or to their mobile app or to the Google and search Pepperfry store near me, straight away a Pepperfry Agra telephone number will pop up. And as soon as they click the button to call, the call will straight away go to the Agra studio. So we would support them in getting those leads generated, converting those customers, helping them to deliver in case if the pin code is not getting to deliver. So we would 24 hours will help you with the lead management end to end. It would not be that we just would want a walk-in to come and then we convert it. No, it will all be a lead-based business. Selecting our franchisee partner, as I mentioned earlier, we would want people who would want to run it on their own or probably with a family partner. We would not want somebody just to invest and not overlook the business. This definitely needs the overlooking. Our LOI would not involve much money. It will be more of the location specific. Generally, our franchisee fee involves a fee of 1,18,000 rupees as a franchisee. That's called the LOI fee. The rest of the amount goes for constructing the studio and the stock. Also to add, as I said, the amount required to open a Pepperfry franchisee would be approximately 8 to 10 lakh rupees to create a Pepperfry studio. The design will be done by Pepperfry team itself. And the stock, which we call a display stock, that will be close to 10 to 12 lakh rupees. So a total of 20 to 22 lakh rupees would be the investment. We'll also help you with a project manager who would ensure that the studio is set up as per the Pepperfry guidelines. Complete end-to-end drawings would be shared by our team. Staff hiring will be done by us. We'll also make sure that the entire city is covered with the advertisement done by Pepperfry, that the studio launch is done. After the launch also, we run a program called co-funding, wherein if you want to give a newspaper advertisement or you want to do a radio jingle or you want to get involved in a pamphlet activity or any such promotion that you want to do, we would contribute half the amount to the marketing. And also we would rather then analyze that what results came out of those marketing, so that next time we do it, we have it with better results and we do a similar activity which is fetching us more results. Also, there's a PR team which will launch the studio on your behalf. So in your local newspaper in your city, we'll give a advertisement that Pepperfry is now open, up and running. So we have our team. Naveen Abhishek takes care of the business. Pushpinder Bumrah is our national head. I report to Pushpinder. And we've got Manoj Arora, who's recently not in the system anymore. Vijay takes care of the franchisee leads. So whatever leads comes to us through the Vijay. And all these guys operate from the head office in Mumbai. Here you come. We've got Delhi NCR taken care by Devendra. I take care of the regions of the entire north. Sagnik, Sumit, Ashwin take care of Maharashtra, West Bengal, and Assam. And Sanjeev, Gokul, and Sarthak are there all from the south. I would also welcome anybody to have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer the queries.
Right. Thank you so much, Pujit, for the detailed presentation. I would also now request all the viewers that now you have opportunity to ask questions. You can put all your queries into the Q&A box, and then we can have detailed discussion about it. Meanwhile, I've got a few questions like, what is the average monthly revenue and the net margin a franchise can expect from the store?
Well, that's very city specific, but to answer, I can, let's talk about Delhi since you are based in Delhi, or we can talk about Chandigarh, maybe as a town B, and or we can pick up Amritsar as town C. I'll share all the details with you. Delhi, I would not be able to share the exact figure. However, our Delhi average sales for a studio goes to 50 lakh rupees, whereas when you come down to a city B, wherein let's pick up Chandigarh as of now, would be close to 35 to 40 lakhs, which is an average sale. Chandigarh Diwali does 1 CR, but then again, if you talk about average, I'll come back to the 40-45 lakhs as an average, and town C goes to 30 lakh rupees.
Okay, and how much net margin we can expect? Let's see.
Bharat, I'll also explain you this a little more in detail.
Okay.
Our commission structure is 18% of the total sales.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 18%, right? So also, since as I said, we've got multiple brands on our website. 90% of the stock kept in the studio. In fact, 100% stock kept in the studio is all house brand. And all the house brands, we've got 18% flat margin. We've got more brands on our website. Let's talk about an example of a Durian, if you've heard. They're very good with their leatherite and leather products. So Durian, we've got a margin of 12%. But however, from the entire website, the major chunk, 80% of the brands would carry a margin of 18%. And also, just to add one more bottom line in the end, the tendency of sales is high of a product which is kept in the studio. So, for example, I have to buy a bed and I go to a studio and I see 3-4 beds lying there. Selling of these 3-4 beds tendency is more higher than anything to be shown on the TV or in the display and then booking it from there. So the tendency of, because when I go to a studio, I would see what kind of storage a bed has. It looks a heavy bed, it looks a wooden bed, what kind of a mattress it is. I mean, I prefer a hard mattress. I would try that mattress. So the tendency of that mattress and that selling of that bed goes higher. So all those carry 18% margin.
Okay. Is studio rent also includes in the ROI calculation, by the way?
See, the rent is taken care by the franchisee owner. I've got multiple franchisee owners who've got their own buildings, and I've got many of them who have taken a building up on rent and doing it. But yes, this comes under the bucket of the franchisee owner itself.
Okay, so I'll have to manage that in that 18%, right?
Absolutely, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, and as we are starting with the investment of like 30 lakh rupee, can you please a little bit help breaking down the cost components like franchisee fee, setup, and the branding extras?
Absolutely. See, franchisee fee, as I said, is 1,18,000 for a 1,000 square feet store, right? See, we do not prefer to go in for a store which is a 400 or a 500 square feet store. I would not deny we have a few stores. Out of our 200 stores, there would be good 7-8 studios which are 400 or 500 square feet. However, the revenues they generate is only 15 to 20 lakhs. So for a furniture store, I mean, a store should be a minimum of 1,000 square feet so that we can at least have major categories of furniture, which are beds, dinings, and sofas. At least we can have three each of them. And for that, we need a minimum of 1,000 square feet store. To set up a 1,000 square feet store, the setup cost goes to, again, the setup cost would depend. If it's on the 4th floor, the construction cost goes high. Taking all the tiles up, taking the wooden flooring up, everything has to be taken to whatever number of floors we have. So, as I said, the price would range between 8 lakhs to 10 lakhs. To give you a figure, I will give you a 10 lakh rupee figure.
Okay, and how specific you are in terms of finding or deciding the location by then?
See, we generally ask for the pictures first. Generally, we've spread our managers across all the regions. Like I take care of the entire north. I immediately have a meeting after this with our Jammu partner. Now he's already mentioned he wants to open in Gandhinagar. Now I know what the Gandhinagar market is. I know we've got brands like uh, Biba, we've got like Fab India, we've got Neel Kamal there. So since these brands are already located, we prefer to be at a place where the walk-in is already optimal. We've got a running market. We would avoid places which are, outside the city. Uh, we've got stores which are outside the city, but they're still surrounded by a mall or surrounded by a brand which is Walmart maybe, or maybe Reliance. So we know the footfall across that area is going to be high. So this is basis that we select the area.
Any specific like location I mean, you would suggest as an example for Delhi, like?
See, Delhi, Kirtinagar, we already have a store.
Mhm.
Gurgaon, we already have a store. Uh, SS Plaza, we already have a store. We have a store in South X. We have a store in golf course as well. So yes, we are open to locations in Noida now. Our Noida studio is doing much higher sales than our Delhi sales, which I should not have mentioned here, but then again, it's okay. Uh, so we're probably looking for another store in Greater Noida, which is an upcoming market now. So we're really looking forward to have a store there, and Noida extension as well. So since Noida is expanding to a very huge market, they've got multiple high-rise buildings coming up. So, and all getting sold out as soon as the flats are made, they're getting sold out immediately. So no project is a failure project from a builder's perspective there. So we would prefer a market where the such expansion is happening already in terms of houses being made or flats being made.
And
Also, I see. I'm sorry,
Mhm.
come, please,
Yeah,
please go
please
ahead.
go
Yes.
ahead.
Okay. I see a question that says, does any renewal fee after the agreement period is over? No, Sarjun, there's no renewal fee. Uh, it's a one-time fee, which I said is a lakh and 18,000 is a one-time fee. There's no additional fee to it. Whom should I contact for franchisee? Ashish Pantia, if I say it wrong, Ashish. Ashish, I would give my number in the end, or I would just mention it there. You can call me, or you can contact
Yeah, I will.
Bharat
I'll
in
do
any
that.
case.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Bharat
I'll
would
do
do
that.
that. Bharat would bring it to us, and we'll take it forward.
Great. Yes.
And Sarjun, I'm sorry, has also a question. A brand is support for marketing of the new outlet. Yeah, we will support you with the marketing when the studio is launched. Also, as I said in my presentation, once the launch is done, we would also help you with a plan called co-funding, wherein you come to us with a presentation or an email probably saying that I want to go do this activity for my Diwali. I want to do 3 newspaper ads, which have a total costing of say 65,000 rupees. I would approve a half budget out of it. So I would approve 30,000 out of it. And once you do it, you submit the bill. We pay you back in 10 working days. This is how we work. Also, as far as the payout is concerned, for the normal sales, every 31st, the month gets over. First or second, Pepperfry head office would send you an email stating the number of orders and the commission you've earned during the month. You create a bill out of it and submit it. On every 10th, we pay you out the expenses. The commission part is paid on 10th of every month.
Okay. He also has asked, like, in case of any operation, is in case of operational outlet after some month,
Mhm.
business goes down continuously. Then what how will you be supporting in that
A
situation?
very good question, and we faced this in the month of May, April, May, when immediately we felt that the business is going down in terms of some regions. Uh, Bangalore we faced, and Hyderabad we faced. Rains were one of the reason when the walk-ins were very less. So in in these months when the marketing is required and the sales goes down, one excellent thing what we do is we would do an online promotion in your city digitally. So since, I mean, if you observe, once you scroll your Facebook or your Insta, on the right hand side you see a Pepperfry ad coming up. So across all the pin codes where the sales are down, we do it. One, two, we send you the leads. People now, let's take up an example again for a Kirti Nagar studio maybe. Now, for example, Kirti Nagar has a franchisee store, and so what we do is all the people who've not visited the store in past 6 months, but have bought from a similar pin codes, we would share a list of data with you, probably 1,000 calls or a 2,000, customers data, to which we and you supportedly will call them and check with them that you bought a small piece, maybe a 99 rupee candle, or probably a bed sheet for 600-700 rupees, or probably a mandir for 3,000-4,000 rupees, and and we can offer them a better discount to visit the studio. So we do this across all the studios. Also, we support them with the staffing. A recent example of a Ghaziabad studio where the partner said, I'm facing issues with the staffing. My staff does not work here for a very longer time because the walk-in is less. I mean, and then he's distracted. So what we did is we picked up a couple of guys from our company-owned studios from Delhi and in Gurgaon, and we deported them in Ghaziabad studio for 2 months. So the sale immediately clipped from 18 to 27 lakhs immediately.
Okay, we also have question in the Q&A, if you can just check that.
Yeah, Q&A questions are done. Bharat, yeah.
Sorry, it is like Rajneesh has asked. Pepper fry centers are like experience franchise centers. Many come to see the product. They may order online for the same product. How does franchise benefits?
Excellent. I'll answer that. Once a customer walks into the studio, we've got a small digital form to be filled, right? Now, for example, Bharatji is walking into a Chandigarh studio and I attend them. He said, I'm looking forward for a pink color bed for my daughter. Just an example, right? And there should be a Disney doll or a, Barbie doll printed on it. I would not have that in my studio. I would have a Spider-Man bed in my studio, but he wants a Barbie doll bed, right? I would show him the bed on a screen installed in the studio. Now, of course, yes, he would say that I would go home, check with my wife, show it to my daughter, and then I would order. I would put his name and telephone number to my lead form. We've got a very small form which includes name, telephone number, and email address. Even a customer does not share the email address, he would definitely share his telephone number. Once that form is submitted, even if Bharatji goes home and orders it himself from his mobile app, not visiting the studio anymore, the sale will still be attributed to my Chandigarh studio because I attended him and the number is already reflecting there.
All right. Okay. So even in case if Pujit, in case if I have a customer, right, although he walked into my store, but he is from some other city, for example, Bangalore, right?
Mhm.
So I mean, he goes back Bangalore. So still that, I mean, what the product when it will be delivered to his store,
Mhm.
the sale will still counted me, under my name, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, I would just manipulate the scenario. Bharatji is from Bangalore, but visiting Chandigarh for a day. He
Correct.
visited Chandigarh studio while he was watching a movie. He had 20 minutes left for the movie to start. He entered a Pepper Fry studio.
Mhm.
He thought of that I have my queen's birthday in 10 days. Let me
Mhm.
see if I can get something for her. Even if he selects from here, I mean, and the lead is punched here. Even if he goes to Bangalore, he visits a studio in Bangalore also to check if they have that bed, goes back home and places an order, the sale will still be attributed to Chandigarh studio.
So what's the time frame of that active lead?
14 working days.
That's it.
Yeah.
So after 14 working days, you remove those leads, or like what do you do
No,
with them?
excellent. It's a very good question asked, and I would want to answer this in detail. Now, when Bharat walked into my studio, I had his name and telephone number, not knowing that Bharat's wife and kid would like that bed or not, right? Once the lead is punched, the lead asks for a follow-up date. So Bharatji visited my store on 1st of January. I kept the follow-up date as 4th of January again. Now, when I open my system on 4th of January, a red pop-up comes up that I need to call Bharat, Rahul, Pankaj, and Sunena today. So I pick up my phone and call Bharat. Bharatji, you visited, you selected a bed. Bharat says, the birthday is still in February and we're studying on 4th of January. Let me come back to you I'm traveling again. I'll be back on 15th of January. I
Mhm.
put a follow-up date of 15th in my laptop again,
Okay.
in my lead. The lead is still open. So if I close the lead in any given scenario, say on 29th again, you're right, I called you up. You said, no, Punjit, you know what? We've locally bought it. We've locally bought that bed.
Mm-hmm.
I do not need anything from you. I appreciate your follow up, but thank you. If I need anything, I'll call you back. Now, I would mention that Bharat has already bought, and if he requires, and he indicated me that I should not be calling up him. I get an idea that I should not be calling anymore, right? Now, when I close that lead, from that closed lead, it's 14 days. It's not from 1st of January. It's from 29th of January. Now, what happens? Bharat has already ordered a bed, right? Now, when the bed arrives, Bharat realizes that he forgot to order a mattress. Probably
Mm-hmm.
he ordered a bed from a local market because he could see and his daughter could see, and they immediately buy it from there and then only, right? But they did not get the right set of mattress. Now, when they reached home, they thought, yeah, he made multiple attempts. Yeah, I should not be calling him again. Doesn't look nice. Let me just pick up Pepperfry application and place an order. Now, if that
Mm-hmm.
order is placed within 14 working days, the sale still gets attributed to Punjit Singh.
All right.
Yep. So
No,
the
that's
follow up
good.
is pretty important. Yeah.
That's good. I mean, it's very fair, in fact, right?
Yes. And
Okay.
see, I should not be talking here right now. But
Mm-hmm.
then again, even if the order is placed right online, there's
Mm-hmm.
still exceptions to which we get the order tagged. I mean, as exceptionally, we get it tagged. Until unless it was not ordered from a different franchisee again, then it'll be unfair. But then again, if the customer is ordered himself, we get an exception done and then we tag it. We would support our franchisee partners in that because they've genuinely handled that customer. They genuinely followed it up, right? They deserve to be a part of, that revenue.
Agree. Absolutely agree. And
Yeah.
fantastic support, in fact.
Yeah.
And the second question, Rajnish is asking, how do you ensure quality? I personally feel there are a lot of scope for enhancing quality. Many customers do come, but move away if they don't appreciate quality.
Well, to answer the quality question, on every step, we've got a quality check. Let's pick up an example of a bed. A customer placed an order in Shimla for a bed in our studio, right? Now, the bed starts from Mumbai. It takes 5 days to reach to Gurgaon warehouse. The bed will be opened up, checked, again repacked, and will be sent in the next vehicle to Chandigarh. Right? In the Chandigarh again, the bed will be opened, packed, sealed again, and will be sent to the next vehicle going to Shimla. God forbidden if bed reaches Shimla in a damaged condition. So there was a damage in transit which happened from Chandigarh to Shimla. But then there are restricted timelines to it in which we have to deliver a new bed to a customer. We have been facing challenges. I would not deny. I'll be very honest to this fact. There are products which are DS. We call them DS. D as in Delta, S as in Shimla. So this DS means direct ship. So, for example, Bharatji ordered a very small part of a bookshelf, probably a very small one, right? Now there's a seller who's selling on the website who's sitting, say, in Gurgaon. Now he'll send it by courier to Shimla or by courier to whatever part of the world, part of India. There are chances in courier the bookshelf gets damaged because the handling of a third party and the handling of Pepperfry's own Pepcart company is a lot of difference. Our trucks are very much padded. They've got insulated pads across. I mean, so we carry dining tables which have a glass top from all the way from Mumbai to Bangalore, Bangalore to Gurgaon, Gurgaon to Chandigarh. So some things which are in our quality control, we very much take care of that. But for the things which are damaged or which got damage in transit, so if you talk about quality does not include the manufacturing damage, which is very much less in case of Pepperfry. So if you compare it with the company standards of the entire furniture market, which is 4%, Pepperfry stands at 1.4%. We're leading in that also.
All right. So once the bill is punched, what is my role as a franchisee, like in terms of delivering and all? Is there any my intervention?
Bharat, you're okay. Let me punch you as a franchisee owner. Bharatji, once you've done a billing of the customer, your role, to be precise, gets finished. You just can have a follow-up call given to a customer a couple of days after the delivery is done. Yep, that's it. Because the delivery is to be done by Pepperfry, the assembly is to be done by Pepperfry, any kind of complaint is to be handled by the customer care team. Your role generally is not there. I mean, might look blunt as an answer, but then
Mhm.
you've got no role to play after
And
that.
And how do you keep on informing the customers about their deliveries and all, you know, where it
Very
is?
much similar to if you've ordered something. I yesterday ordered a cap for myself. Very fond of caps. So I ordered
Mhm,
a cap for myself from Amazon. So I kept getting a message out for delivery today, reached local hub, out for
okay.
delivery by this partner.
Mhm,
Uh, Today, in fact, somebody called me. I'm here to pick up. The size was smaller. So again, I got a call. Your pickup is scheduled for today before 9 o'clock. Rajesh, mobile number given, will be assigned to pick up between 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. He'll be coming to pick it up. And
got it.
then it's a OTP based pickup, and the refund. Yeah.
Got
Very,
it.
very much
And
similar to normal cases. Yeah.
absolutely clear. And what level of operational involvement is expected from a franchisee on a daily basis? Just give me a small scenario. I know it is clear, but still I want
See,
to make it for the
I'm
audience.
I'm based in Mohali. If you've heard of Mohali, it's a big city right next to Chandigarh, right?
Mhm,
Chandigarh is a UT, Mohali falls in Punjab.
mhm,
I'm sitting in a studio which is a 2,300 square feet studio, right?
mhm,
It's a huge studio. We've got a couple of people working here today, Saturday.
mhm,
Now, why I would want a franchisee partner to be involved in this is once a customer is walking in, I
mhm,
understand your staff is trained. They
mhm,
would not rather have very curious to sell a product. At
mhm,
times, the energy goes down. At times, you've got less staff. At times, you would want to involve yourself to know why the customer did not buy a product from us. Where are we lacking? So that
mhm.
intelligence of market can only be done by a franchisee owner.
Correct.
A staff with those 18-20K might not have that expertise to understand
Mm,
a market scenario, why Pepperfry and why not Pepperfry, advantages of buying from us, returns and refunds. How should I compare myself? How do I explain the benefits to a customer, right? So, uh, and then after that, the basics of opening a studio on time, not involving in any wrong practices. A lot of customers pay cash in studios for multiple orders, right? uh,
true.
Especially experienced in UP and Punjab, people would prefer to pay lakhs of rupees in cash,
Mhm,
right? So, an involvement is very much indeed required to overlook the scenarios of how many people walked in there, how are we doing last month versus this month, what we should plan for Diwali, what should be our marketing budget, what support am I going to get from my brand as a expense. uh, a couple of times we did newspaper activity has not worked for us. Let's try
mhm,
something else.
mhm,
Let's put a new flats are going to be delivered. Some MLA, some chief minister is going to inaugurate. Let's put up a Pepperfry standee there, or let's put up a kiosk. Let's check with Pepperfry team to help a staff given to us, and let's furnish a sample flat for them. let's let's plan and send a PPT to the the area manager to help us give free samples for a sample flat setup. And
mhm,
then whatever number of flats are going to be sold in a society, everybody would want a similar kind of a setup to be done. All business will come through us. So
mhm.
things like this, I mean, I'll be honest, when I was a staff and when I was a store manager taking care of one studio, I did not had that broad mind setup to see what else I can do. I was more restricted towards within the particular sale only. But then this broad setup, a franchisee owner would have much more experience and much more knowledge on how things can go better in scenarios. Yeah.
And just related to the same, like how does Pepperfry assist with ongoing staff performance monitoring, or in the initial hiring or the training?
Hiring is done by us. We would really give you a budget. For example, our general budget in city A goes to 30,000 rupees for a store manager and 20 for a home consultant. Where in B and C it goes to 25 for a manager and 20 for a home consultant.
So it
So
changes according to the city, or is this flat amount?
No, it changes according to the city, but it's not very much blunt also. At times we found a franchisee would hire an excellent guy in 18-20K who has
Mhm,
good communication skills also, who's got good selling skills also. I mean, could be a location issue wherein a pepper fry has come near to his house and he would leave his 30,000 job and more happy to be working in 20,000 just because he wants to stay close to the parents or XYZ scenario with the candidate himself. Trainings happen every day. I mean, in the non peak hours like 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Training happens every day. I mean, for example, Bharatji, you are selling an XYZ bar on our website.
mhm,
This bar has a fridge. This bar has a three bottles of wine included. empty bottles, and an opener and ABC factor, a chiller, a wine chiller included. Now, you would arrange a training for Pan India, 3 to 4, and you would tell about your product in that training, right? So all the teams would see what is so special about this particular product. So whenever a customer walks in, they're able to explain better. So likewise, every brand keeps on doing training. So trainings happen almost every day, apart from Saturday, Sundays. Every day, 3 to 4 p.m., we've got trainings for our staff. And then for a new hiring also, we've got a separate program wherein one of the area managers would be there, present there for a good 4 or 5 days in the beginning to ensure smooth running. They would learn how to place orders. They would not make any error placing an order. So we handhold in the beginning. Every month, 3 4 days, I would spend with you in your studio. Taking care of the walk-ins also, and I'll lead by an example. I would welcome a customer. I would place his order. I would assist him, and then I would share a similar feedback with the team on what went wrong here. I could have done this. See, I said this, and this is the reason they're placing the order. I'm creating this exception for them. So this is all done by us when we travel to multiple studios.
Great. Although you said that you will definitely be there to help a franchisee to finalize the real location, the best location. But apart from that, I would also like to ask, like, how does Pepperfry define territorial exclusivity, and how close can two studio be in a single city? By the way?
Good. Let's pick up a quick example of Dehradun. Yeah. So we had a studio in Dehradun, and we were approached by. So Bharatji already had a studio. We were approached by Rahul to open another studio. So we went to Bharat. We said, Bharat, you already own one studio, and we see that in entire Dehradun we're doing a sale of 60 lakhs, but your studio is constantly not crossing 40 lakhs for now. So you're still between 25 and 40, right? But Dehradun holds more capacity. So we already have a rule that we would not open another studio within 8 kilometers of where the franchisee studio already is.
Is it the radius?
Yeah, the radius, right? Yeah. So, and the, preference of denial will be given to Bharat. Only if Bharat says, okay, you go ahead and open, we will get in touch with Rahul. But in our Dehradun scenario, Bharat said, okay, you can say no to Rahul, I'll open another one. And he opened another one in Chakrata Road. So we already have one in Rajpur Road. So he's opened the next one in Chakrata Road, which is again 7-8 kilometers. So the same partner now has 2 studios. So we also see the number of sale happening globally in that city, right? Now, the entire Dehradun is, how much is entire Dehradun doing? Now, in case if one studio is not performing very good, we might not go in for another studio. We would be very fair to the franchisee partner that he should grow his sales. He should, come up with more ideas, or we should support in, making him reach to a certain level wherein he can make some money. Only then we'll step up to a second studio in the city.
Agree, but at least the 8 kilometers radius is definitely be going to be there for me, right? Okay.
And then the clause also of 1 year. It's not that I give you a franchisee in Surat today and then I open another in Surat after 6 months. No. So in our agreement, we'll make sure that we do not open any studio close to your studio for 1 year. After 1 year also, it will be 8 kilometers as a radius.
Okay.
Yep. Again, with rights of denial from you as one, and then only we can open. Otherwise, we will not.
Okay, what about the modular kitchens?
Well, there's a brand called IVAS, IVAS. So we have tie up with them. So if you feel that you want to get into the modular business also, I would not recommend if you're going in for 1,000 square feet store. But in case if you're going for a bigger store, or at times a partner says, I have a 1,400 square feet, 1,000 is here separately, and then there's a small door that takes us to another 400 square feet. Yes, on 1,000 square feet, we can go in for a studio, and then that small door leading to a different building, we can have a modular section there. And whatever modular will be installed, again, as you set up the studio, you set up the modular also. One person from IVAS, we will be making him sit there. Whatever he converts, whatever sales are done, 10% straight away is given to the franchisee partner.
Okay. Anything you would help us understand in terms of lock-in period of the franchisee agreement, and is there any renewal charges?
No, as I said, there are no renewal charges. The lock-in remains 3 years.
Okay.
Also in a recent agreement where a partner, I would not name the partner here, the partner said, for my request, please make the lock-in as 2 years. So as an exception, we made it 2 years for him. Otherwise, our contract says 3 years. But then there's still an exception to it. If a partner says, I want to go in for a 2-year lock-in, I mean, we can go, not a problem.
Okay. And my last question is like, what is the exit strategy or the resale policy if the franchisee decides to withdraw after like 1 or 2 years?
Okay. Now, again, I would love giving examples. A recent example of a Jaipur city. Pata is moving abroad. He was multiple times his visa got rejected, but now finally it came. Now he wants to exit and he wants somebody else to run it for him. So the staff who was working there,
Mhm.
he said, "Boss, I would run it," and rather. So they've had agreement in between them with whatever money they had, and we have not charged anything, and we've transferred the ownership to from Bharatji to Punjit's name. Punjit was the staff, and Bharat was the owner. Bharat flying abroad. Now Punjit is going to run the same studio with same everything same. No charges from Pepperfry are there. So whatever agreement happened between Punjit and Bharat would have been a different. I mean, we're not a part of it, but we just need a request from Bharatji saying that now onwards, Punjit will be taking care of the operations from here. So we would immediately ask Punjit's documents, Punjit's company details, and register with us. And next month onwards, we'll be in touch with Punjit for that particular Jaipur location. Yeah.
All right. So, yep, I think I probably have asked all the questions that I had. And also, thank you so much, everyone, for joining, for asking the questions in the chat box. Right. I hope we could manage to give you all the answers, with your satisfaction. Right. But still, in case if anyone would like to get in touch with us, you can connect with us on our hotline number 9717 68338, or you can also write to us at feedback@franchiseindia.in. Apart from that, I would also request Rohit, in case if you can also share your name, number, and the location, right? So that in case if anyone would like to get in touch with you right after this webinar, can connect with your number immediately. All right. Okay. Yeah. Great. So I think that's it for the day, everyone. It was an excellent opportunity to have a conversation with Fujit, right? And the way he explained everything with the example was the best part, right? Um, and also, I tried my level best to ask a question on your behalf on the investor's side, right? But still, I know that, I mean, within an hour we cannot go more deep dive, right? I appreciate that you can also have more questions, regarding the business. My request is to either you can contact Rohit or you can contact our hotline number, which I already have given in the chat box along with the email ID. So that would be the best idea. So, I mean, and then we can have a detailed discussion with the brand itself. Yep. So, yeah, that's it for the day, everyone. Thank you so much for joining this webinar. We really appreciate you for joining this, getting some time, that too on Saturday, right? And I really appreciate Punjit also, working on Saturday for us, helping us understand the business and all. Right. We really appreciate you. Punjit, before we end this session, I would really like you to share your closing remarks with the investors.
Uh, well, I've observed that people involved in multiple business also fall into Pepperfry franchisee because they understand time management for them can be a concern. Pepperfry is one place where you would not have to devote much time, but yes, you'll have to overlook the business. It's a decent enough opportunity wherein you do not have to deal with tiny things. I mean, if I compare it with apparels or probably any other retail business, uh, it's a very clean business to just have a nice beautiful studio setup, and then rest of the things to be left on Pepperfry's shoulder to be taken care. You just have to. It's more of a consulting business. You
True,
can
true.
understanding a demand. Understanding a need, suggesting a piece of furniture. As we took an example of Bharat's daughter wanting a pink bed. These are scenarios which really come up to us wherein a customer comes and says, "I need a two-seater sofa, but it has to be only 4.5 feet. I cannot go beyond that because my door does not allows me to enter that sofa." So once all that training and once all that learning is done, we would really show multiple options to that particular customer for a 4.5 feet two-seaters only. So it's more of a consulting uh, rather than just going showing that pick up whatever you want. It's more consulting.
Correct.
Why don't you go for this? Can I ask you what kind of curtains do you have in your room? What's the paint of the wall? Can you show me the
Correct.
interior? So it's more of consulting. I mean, it's very interesting, to be precise. It's a lovely place where I have been working for more than 8.5 years now, and I would welcome everyone to be a part of Pepperfry.
True. I mean, it is exactly like the same as we as a franchise and help you choose the right business. Similarly, Pepperfry also help you choose the right, decor and the furniture for you, right? Best suited for your house. If you look into the competitive edge which Pepperfry has, that it of course it is an established brand with over 100, sorry, decades of experience, running already 150 franchise studios in 100 plus cities. Apart from that, end-to-end tech-enabled operations that they have, order tracking, seamless CRM, supply chain management, everything will be done by the
Backend,
brand
yeah.
itself, right? They also, have the advanced system for managing customer engagement and the loyalty, right? We already have discussed it. And the best part is that the brand is, of course, customer-centric as well as the franchise-centric, right? I mean, this as a brand will definitely be there for all sort of help which is required for a franchise growth and the success. And at the same point of time, this brand is also there to provide, you know, uh, you know, uh, the best suited, furnitures for the customer, right? Be it modular furniture, kitchen decor, and many more, with guaranteed quality and competitive price. So that's it for the day, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Thanks so much, Punjit, for coming here. Helping the investors, understand the business and the franchise model. Right. So that's it, everyone. Thank you so much. We'll join once again to day after tomorrow, Monday afternoon in the afternoon at 12 o'clock once again with a new brand, and we'll explore the another business opportunity. Till then, take care and have a nice day ahead. Thank you. Thank you, Punjit.